Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Auto Expert. The 1965 Morris Minor is more than just a car, it's a symbol of British motoring history, a machine that carried families, businesses, and even police officers across the UK and beyond. Designed by the legendary Alec Guinness, the same mind behind the Mini, the Morris Minor was a car that changed the way Britain moved. Today, we're diving deep into the 1965 model, one of the later versions of this iconic vehicle. We'll explore its history, design, engine, driving experience, and why it remains such a beloved classic. If you love classic cars and timeless designs, stick around because the Morris Minor has a story worth telling. The Morris Minor debuted in 1948, just after World War II, at the Earl's Court Motor Show in London. It was meant to be an affordable, practical car for the everyday British driver, and it certainly delivered on that promise. Designed by Alec Guinness, the car took inspiration from pre-war streamlined styling but introduced a revolutionary unitary construction that made it lighter, stronger, and more spacious. At the time, small cars were often cramped, but the Morris Minor broke the mold by offering great interior space and comfort. Fast forward to 1965, and the Minor was in its final years of production. By this point, it had evolved through multiple versions, including the Minor 1000, which featured a larger 1098cc engine and improved design elements. The 1965 Morris Minor 1000 had a design that was unmistakably British. It had a rounded, friendly look, which made it endearing to the public. The car featured a split front grille, which was later replaced with a more unified chrome grille. The curved front fenders, sloping rear end, and bulbous headlights gave it a charming, classic appearance. One of the standout features was the exposed front wheels, which gave the car a unique stance. Unlike modern cars with flush wheel arches, the Minor's wheels were pushed outward, improving handling and stability. The chrome bumpers added a touch of class, and the simple yet elegant color options, such as Old English white, Trafalgar blue, and almond green, suited the car perfectly. At the rear, the small round taillights and a centrally placed license plate were neatly designed, keeping things simple but functional. The boot space was decent, and it even had an external spare wheel mount in some variants. The Minor wasn't about flash, it was about function, with a design that has aged beautifully over. Stepping inside the 1965 Morris Minor feels like a time capsule from the 1960s. The dashboard was simple, yet functional, with a centrally mounted speedometer and basic controls. The steering wheel was large and thin, which was typical of cars from this era. It had a metallic center with the Morris badge proudly displayed. The seats were upholstered in vinyl or leatherette, offering decent comfort. While they weren't the most supportive seats by today's standards, they provided ample space for passengers. Unlike many small cars of the time, the Minor had great visibility, thanks to its thin pillars and large windows. The airy cabin made it feel more spacious than it actually was. Storage compartments were minimal, but you did get door pockets and a glove box, making it practical for everyday use. One quirky feature was the trafficators, small mechanical arms that popped out from the B-pillars to indicate turns. These were phased out in later models in favor of conventional indicators. Overall, the Minor's interior was basic but well built, reflecting the practical, no-nonsense approach of British engineering in the 1960s. Under the hood, the 1965 Morris Minor 1000 came with a 1.098cc A-series inline-4 engine, producing around 48 horsepower. That might not sound like much, but for a small car weighing just under 1,800 pounds, 800 kilograms, it was more than enough for city driving and countryside cruising. The engine was carbureted and used a simple overhead valve, OHV, design, making it easy to work on and incredibly reliable. It was paired with a 4-speed manual gearbox, which was smooth and easy to operate. The gear lever was positioned on the floor, and shifting gears felt mechanical yet satisfying. The top speed of the 1965 Minor 1000 was around 77 miles per hour, 124 kilometers per hour. And it could go from 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 24 seconds. Not exactly fast, but speed wasn't the goal. Fuel economy was excellent, often reaching 40+ miles per gallon, which was crucial in an era when fuel efficiency was a major selling point. One of the best things about the engine was its simplicity. Many owners could service and repair their Morris Minors with just a basic tool set, making them ideal for DIY mechanics. For starters, the steering was incredibly light, thanks to a track and pinion setup, which was uncommon in affordable cars of the time. It made maneuvering in tight spaces easy, and despite the lack of power steering, the Minor felt nimble. The suspension set a independent front suspension with torsion bars made for a surprisingly smooth ride. The rear had leaf springs, which kept the car stable even on rough roads. The brakes were drum brakes all around, meaning stopping distances were longer than modern cars, but for its time, they were effective enough. Despite its modest power, the Minor was fun to drive, especially in city traffic. It had a go-kart-like charm, and its small size made it perfect for weaving through tight streets. Out on the highway, the Minor cruised comfortably at 50 to 55 miles per hour, but anything beyond that felt like pushing it. It was designed for leisurely drives, not high-speed performance. Noise insulation wasn't great, and at higher speeds, the engine and wind noise became noticeable. But for many, that was, even decades after its production ended, the Morris Minor remains a beloved classic. There are a few reasons for the A-Series engine is simple, tough, and easy to maintain. Timeless design. It's friendly, curvy shape never goes out of style. Great driving feel, lightweight and fun, even with low power. A huge fan base and easy access to spare parts make it one of the best classic cars to own today. Compared to other classic cars, a well-maintained Minor can still be found at a reasonable price. Many enthusiasts still use Morris Minors as daily drivers, proving that a simple, well-built car can stand the test of time. The 1965 Morris Minor is more than just a car, it's a piece of automotive history. It represents an era when cars were built with simplicity, reliability, and charm. It might not be the fastest, the most powerful, or the most luxurious car out there, but what it lacks in speed, it makes up for in character and timeless appeal. If you ever get the chance to drive or own one, you'll understand why the Morris Minor is still cherished by classic car enthusiasts around the world. What do you think about the Morris Minor? Would you own one today? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching Auto Expert, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more classic car content. See you in the next video.